Lord have mercy. Could someone please give some medication to Stephen A. Smith? No disrespect. All the disrespect for Stephen A. Smith over his take over Jayson Tatum this recent week involving him being a league MVP candidate, not even scratching top three. Yes, I will give Jayson Tatum credit. He's averaging like 27.4 points per game. He's been outstanding shooting wise, and the Boston Celtics are a top seed in the Eastern Conference. But his argument came over: can the best player have the best team in the NBA? Yes. He could be the highest scorer on the team. That couldn't be meaning that he's the best player, because Jaylen Brown has been doing more pivotal game clutching stuff to even get the Celtics that far. Kristaps Porzingis has been in the highest production he's had since he's been on the Washington Wizards to get them that far. League MVP candidates over the past 4 to 5 seasons haven't even been the top seed in the Eastern or Western Conference. Nikola Jokic won his back-to-back league MVP season as a 5th seed. Joel Embiid as a 3rd seed, raining down the Eastern Conference. Even Stephen Curry, his league MVP season, his outstanding 2020-2021 season with the Golden State Warriors, not even touching playoffs, putting up all NBA numbers, and yet they still didn't make it. And that was coming off him also winning the 3-point contest. I think that was 2019 to 2020. I know it was around at least a bubble. We cannot prohibit a top seed performance of a team to always market being the best player in the league when Tatum has never been descriptive of being a top player, because Jayson Tatum isn't that great of a player in the league to market MVP candidacy. Now, I understand everybody's point. We got guys like Luka Doncic, SGA, even Giannis Antetokounmpo has been still having some game-breaking performances, even though the Milwaukee Bucks are not playing as good as how they were the first 3 months of the season. Joel Embiid before his major injury. Even guys like Devin Booker around the 64 win season he's had a couple seasons ago, and then choking. There's better players than Jayson Tatum. There's guys that contribute a lot more than just shooting up sidestep jumpers around the perimeter to actually create for their team that are having higher success. I swear, even Anthony Edwards, if he had all NBA level performances like that, would mark even higher for Jayson Tatum. And it's still very impressive that Jayson Tatum is doing this over on a high level still since he started in the NBA. And I will never discredit that, but he's not in the level of Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Hell, even in LeBron's level, he would even mark higher. And he's only in the top 5. That's not going to discredit that. But when did we ever mark over top seeding teams? Or else James Harden should have won it back in the 2018-19 season. No, I think he did. Or it should have been, or Russell Westbrook's whole thing would have been invalid after a game-breaking league MVP season, where he marked over the league's most in triple doubles. But no, the best team in the conference and the league in general had 67 wins out of Steph Curry, with Kevin Durant on the squad. You're not touching that. Or hell, it could have went to Isaiah Thomas. No, I'm kidding. This is right as soon as KD joined. So I think this is when Kyrie was on the team, but he was injured. No, this was with Isaiah Thomas. So Isaiah Thomas, that was the lead scorer in the league with averaging over near 30 points. Should have been league MVP. And league MVPs go to like the most dominant or the most all-around dominant performer in the NBA. And the majority of win shares are going to SGA. He's at least second highest in points. Luka Doncic is leading the league damn near in scoring. Jayson Tatum hasn't done that since last season. And over the league leaders, who's averaging 34.5 points per game, bro? There's just guys in the higher stratosphere. There's literally guys in a higher stratosphere in the NBA than Jayson Tatum, offensively, distributing wise, that are doing more for their teams than even Jayson Tatum is in a very impressive Celtics squad. And they've been questioned over their depth, defensive effort. Jayson Tatum can even contribute around what he does around the postseason. And the Celtics overall right now are just a regular season merchant. Just like the Sixers. They're in the same stratosphere postseason wise. They just make the conference finals more. And all over this, even Tyrese Halliburton makes a conversation over Jayson Tatum. And that's nothing against Tatum. It's just how it is. We're in a league with a higher skill gap than ever before. If it was like 2013, probably Jayson Tatum should have won at least 2. Unless LeBron James wasn't alive. But we see the problem. He's just not that good of an all-NBA talent. He can make all-stars, yes. Could he win the scoring title soon? Possibly. Could there be a way in his career that he'll ever win the MVP while these guys are still in the league? Probably not. But the whole thing, bro, should be the most important thing is just winning a championship. And if he can get that done and be a top leading scorer, still remain the consistency while being dominant and beating out some players and teams that are overall in a better system than them, Tatum might be in the conversation. Accolade-wise and just performance-wise, I don't feel like Tatum cracks the top 3. And that's nothing against him. Hopefully, for the Celtics' case and Tatum's sake, he proves everybody wrong, including me. So, that's all I got to say in this statement. I don't know what Stephen A. Smith is even smoking up on ESPN. I know he could possibly afford the plug, but I don't know why he's trying to enforce the Celtics in this conversation. Or overall Jayson Tatum, knowing like he's just a light-skinned Paul George, but with a cleaner separation move. Just saying. That's it from me.